Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. In my opinion, I think Seth Rollins is one of the best to ever do it. I think Seth Rollins is one of the best in-ring competitors, at least of our generation, and he's one of the best overall WWE superstars, maybe of all time. One of the best. Seth Rollins definitely is. It's undeniable at this point with his feuds, his championship reigns, his big time moments. Like, it's undeniable that Seth Rollins is one of the best WWE superstars ever. Some of the greatest Money in the Bank cash-ins, great matches, great feuds, all of these things are undeniable. Now, what I'd like to see from Seth Rollins moving forward is him being alone. Everything great he's kind of done has been part of a group. The Vision, the Authority, the Shield, right? All of that has been part of a group. The Vision disbanded. Injuries happened. It didn't go the direction it was supposed to go. Understood. Now Seth Rollins can be by himself and can really get things done as an individual. It doesn't need to be part of a group or where he steals a championship win because he hasn't got Money in the Bank or some people help him win. He just needs to be Seth Rollins and see where that takes him in this later part of his career. I think he still has a lot more years left. You can see he hasn't lost a step in the ring. He's still very, very, very sharp. He still seems very motivated and inspired. I want to see him have an individual solos run to see if he can really become that guy in this company. He's always been a top guy, but he's never been the guy, kind of like a Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns. Those two are the guys. Top guys would be like Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Gunther, right? And maybe Seth Rollins will reach the level of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns in terms of how WWE sees him and how the fans perceive him. But don't get it twisted. Seth Rollins is one of the best to ever do it. And recently, Seth Rollins reflected on all of the major things in life that pro wrestling gave to him. And I quote from Seth Rollins: "I'm married to Rebecca Quinn, Becky Lynch, the greatest of all time. I wouldn't have met her if it wasn't for this business. We wouldn't have our kid if it wasn't for this. We wouldn't have been able to buy my mom a house if it wasn't for this." Reflecting on all the beautiful things that professional wrestling has given him. Outside of being able to live the dream of being a WWE superstar, because for most who become WWE superstars, it's been a dream of theirs since they were very young. Now it's a little different with some of these NIL deals or college or NXT people, but for someone like Seth Rollins who went through the indies, he's wanted to be a pro wrestler for his whole life. He has a pro wrestling school in Iowa, and so there's so many great things that can come from being a pro wrestler, and one of those is the relationships that you build. I mean, I still have great friends from my time as an independent professional wrestler. Some of those are in WWE, some are in AEW, and you just spend a lot of time with people, and you have this one common denominator that pulls you together, which is your love for professional wrestling or WWE, and it's a cool thing, and it's the coolest thing. And so the best thing that Seth Rollins will have ever done with his whole career, the best thing that he'll have ever done with his whole career is meet his wife and have a kid. Because that's the most important thing we can do in this world, is meet the person we're supposed to spend the rest of our life with, cultivate a beautiful, long-lasting, healthy marriage, and have children, and make the world a better place, and leave the world better than you found it. And I love that from Seth Rollins, and so I think that's a really important factor to discuss about why professional wrestling and WWE and the culture around it can be so great and what it can produce outside of the ring. But then going back to inside the ring, Seth Rollins also says this about Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins says he has a date down the line with Roman Reigns. And I quote, "You're holding on to a title that doesn't belong to you." Seth Rollins obviously wants his World Heavyweight Championship back, which he had to relinquish because of injury. And I thought, personally, we were going to see the main event, Night 2 of SummerSlam in Minneapolis, be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship, because I thought Seth Rollins was going to win the King of the Ring tournament. That is no longer the case. Seth Rollins is out of the tournament. So I guess we're going to see the culmination of the feud between Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. And then I think post SummerSlam, we will then see Seth Rollins start heading towards the World Heavyweight Championship. I thought it was going to happen at SummerSlam. Obviously, they want to go a different direction at SummerSlam. I don't think LA Knight versus Roman Reigns is as big as Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, but they can do whatever they want. I don't think Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes is as big as Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, but they can do whatever they want. I'm in favor of Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn versus Gunther versus for the undisputed WWE Championship. I'd put that at night 2 main event, and then I put Roman Reigns, if LA Knight wins the King of the Ring, Roman Reigns versus LA Knight as main event night 1 for SummerSlam. Then you're going to have Brock Lesnar and Obafemi somewhere in there, and then maybe because Braun Breaker has now prevented Seth Rollins from winning the King of the Ring, you're going to see Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. Now, those are pretty good 4 matches. We've seen the Obafemi Brock Lesnar. This will be the last installment, and I think where Brock Lesnar actually retires. And this will be the final installment and the end of the story between Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Then you might see Braun Breaker go off and do whatever. I think it's time for him to also start being involved in the championship picture, and same with Seth Rollins. And I would love to see Gunther or even Sami Zayn. I don't know if I'm 100% on that. I'm on the fence on Sami Zayn, but I'm very much in on Gunther beating Cody Rhodes to become the WWE Undisputed Champion at SummerSlam, and there's not a fucking chance in the world that LA Knight beats Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. But those are just a few things spitballing about Seth Rollins and kind of his future. But initially, we started off saying, at least I said, that Seth Rollins is one of the greatest performers of our generation and one of the best WWE superstars of all time, and that is a fact. For some reason, the internet wrestling community loves to slander and hate on Seth Rollins, which I don't understand. He is fantastic inside the ring, out of the ring, all things above. He's great for wrestling. He's great for WWE. And he is what you look for in a WWE superstar. And so I think it's always very important to give people their flowers before they're dead and gone. And Seth Rollins is here with us right now, thank God. And we should give him his flowers because he's one of the best to ever do it. Cheers. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.